going on YouTube. Man, I'm here to talk about it, man. I seem like I ain't the only person talking about it. 9 to 5 is not it these days, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. In 2024, a 9 to 5 it ain't even the equivalent of 1997 when I started my first job, Taco Bell. I'm making probably $5.75 an hour. I had more. It seemed like money. It was easy for me to have money then and really buy things versus now. And don't get me wrong, I ain't rich and I ain't poor either, but I went back to work to supplement my income because, as a business person, you got money going out, you got money coming in. You want to try to supplement your income, so the money that you make at a job, working a 9 to 5, you pretty much can use that and save it. So my thing is, now that I'm back at work, I've been back at work for about almost 2 years. I started back in 2022, around November. So 2022 this year, it'd be 2 years of me working, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Just like I compared it to Taco Bell, my first job I ever worked, it seemed like I had more money making less money than making more money now and feel like you ain't really got no money. Before you even get your check, taxes is gone. Government they cut. They ain't worked not 1 hour for you. They ain't clocked in, they ain't went to sleep, they ain't paid the gas to get back and forth to the job or nothing. But before you even get paid your taxes, they done taxed you already, man. So I work 12-hour shifts, 4 days a week. Some days I might be there 5 days. And my checks look good before taxes. After taxes, it ain't even worth it, man. It make you say to yourself, why did I even punch the time clock? You know what I'm saying? Like you frustrated. And a lot of the videos I've been watching, it's been a lot of young kids. And the first thing I say, man, these kids just lazy, they don't want to work. But nah, that ain't the case. They starting to see the same thing people my age see. I'm 43 years old. And I'm starting to side with these youngsters. I'm serious. Because it's getting so crazy, man, that you go out, you spend half your week or half your life, you might as well say, working, only to retire just to have 401k and Social Security checks. You worked all your life just to get a little bit of money to take care of you for a little while. But when you retire, you still got bills. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I think everybody need to start getting out here, doing whatever they need to do to making sure they can secure a financial future, man. If you got lawnmowers, if you got pressure washers, whatever you got at your house, man, if you're a mechanic, you good with your hands, whatever, you're going to have to start coming up with ways to generate income for yourself, man, because if you don't, it's just getting worse and worse, and worse and more worse. Food at the grocery store. I remember you used to could go in the store, right? And you could come out the store, $150, man, you come out the store with buggies full of groceries. Not now. You go in the store with $150 now. You probably only picked up about 5 or 6 items. I'm talking about food items. Going out to eat versus buying food at the store, it's the same now. You say to yourself, well, I'm feeling chicken tonight, fried chicken. Do I hit up KFC, Bojangles, wherever? Or do I go to the store and spend the money on the batter, the grease, the seasoning, everything that you got to get to fry this chicken, right? You might as well just go pull up to a drive-thru and get a bucket of chicken. bro, the way that the world is set up now, it is not it. It's not it, man. And I'm siding with the younger crowd now. It's not working. This new way of trying to live and survive and make money is not it, man. I've been back to work for almost 2 years, and I'm realizing quick that it's time to abort the mission, because me having to spend $100 in gas, right? That's 4 gallons of gas a day, going back and forth, 5 days. It's not it, man. It's not it. You know, you might as well go ahead and subtract that out of my check. That's $100 less out of my check on top of what I'm already getting paid. I gotta pay to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting a job to compensate me for gas, but they can compensate me in pay. You know what I mean? To make it look like, to make it balance itself out. Because I'm paying $100 to come work at a job while I'm making about $225, $250 an hour for 12 hours. Almost that first hour of me working is paying for my gas. Everything after that, is just me making money. On top of the overtime. Only to get your paycheck on payday. And the overtime didn't even matter. The overtime went straight to taxes, man. It's like these 12-hour shifts, the way they've been set up, is to eliminate people working 8-hour shifts and to eliminate a second shift. So now it's just the first shift and the third shift. And it's not it no more, man. People are being overworked and underpaid. And there ain't no funds available to help you out of this. Even if you wanted to say, hey man, I ain't making I ain't making enough money to really keep grocery on the table. I'm gonna go get some food stamp. No, you're not. Because you make way too much money. You got to be like $25,000 to $30,000 a year if you want to get food stamps, or not working at all. That's the only way you can get help with government assistance as far as like food stamps. I got a cousin that works in that department, man. That's pretty much how it works. So I'm telling y'all, if you don't start to come up with something like a hobby or something that you're good at. Females know how to do hair, nails, or whatever. Dudes know how to wash cars, cut grass, whatever you good with doing, you better figure it out, man. Because these 9-to-5s are not it. They're not it anymore. And I don't think people ever gonna realize you just working to make money to hand it over to your bills. You're never going to get ahead if that's the cycle you continue to repeat over and over again. Work, pay my bills. Go back to work, pay my bills. You never got a chance to save. You never investing your money in anything, and you're never getting ahead. You're always behind because you can't never get ahead, and that's the way the world been designed and set up ever since we started going to kindergarten. They teach you not to talk as much, to be silent, continue to go to school, go to college, and all these things that you're doing, they're not benefiting you as an adult, man. All it's doing is hurting you. All the school system did was hurt you as an adult. They didn't build you up. They didn't allow you to grow. And you pretty much was set up for failure ever since you started attending school. The school system didn't teach you about wealth, how to make money, how to generate money, or nothing. A lot of people are figuring this out on their own. I mean, you got millionaires out here on the internet that just pick up the camera and do YouTube or social media. They haven't went to school or college. I ain't gonna say school. They haven't went to college to learn how to do that. It's just something that gradually they learn how to do. So what I'm saying is this, man. If you do not start to figure out a way to dig yourself out of this hole, this financial hole that everybody's falling in, you're gonna be in it, and you're gonna look up and you're gonna be old, and you're gonna miss out on life. You're gonna miss out on all the things that you could have accomplished, all the things you could have done, all the investment opportunities you could have tried to tackle and achieve, only to realize you done got older and it's done. So my message to everybody, young crowd and old crowd, start learning how to use your hands. Start learning how to make money without depending on a paycheck or a job, and get yourself out this hole, man. Because if you do not get yourself out this hole, it's fun to get real bad out here. I know it's a lot of people that's got mortgages, a lot of people got children in college, a lot of people just trying to make it from day to day life, man. Day to day, day in, day out, just trying to make it. And they struggling every day. And you never thought to realize that it's your 9 to 5 that's holding you back. You got fear of trying to build a business on your own because you say, well, I can't do it. Yes, you can. You're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to start picking up a camera, getting on YouTube, getting on social media, offering a product, being a motivational speaker, doing something, man, to try to generate some income. Because if you do not get a 9 to 5 within the next, not a 9 to 5, if you do not figure it out within the next year, going into 2025, you're really going to be in trouble. You're really going to be in trouble, man. If you haven't learned how to exit a 9 to 5 going into 2025, and I'm going to give you until like April, May next year. If you haven't figured it out by then, you in trouble. Because what they're starting to do now is they're starting to drop the wages. They started going up on the wages to get you to come back to work. That's the only reason why I came back. They were offering $20+ an hour to come back to work. I'm like, yeah, I'm in for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some money I can use to invest. I can invest that money into something. You know, I build cars and, you know, I work on engines and stuff like that. That's what I do. So I'm like, yeah, that's a good investment for me. Because if I can get an engine block, tear it down, rebuild it, get it ready for sale for somebody that's going to do an engine swap or something, hey, I'm good. I'm in there. Right? So yeah, it was a good opportunity for me to, you know, so I wouldn't have to spend all my money coming out of my business investing it into what I got going on as far as like the engine swaps and building cars and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you don't figure it out by next year and you still struggling with a 9 to 5 day in and day out, you're getting ready to be in trouble, man. Because like I said, they're starting to drop the wages. They dropping the wages, and they pretty much know that for people that don't have no skill sets, they just gonna take whatever job. They're just gonna say, whatever, I'll just take this job because I can't find nothing else. And being that I can't find anything else, I'm gonna just settle for whatever I can get. And then you're in a trap. You trapped, you can't get out that trap, and you live the rest of your days working for nothing, being told what to do. The point system, you got a certain amount of points, you get any more points, you're gonna get fired. You know, they treat you like you're in school. when you yourself go to these jobs to help them out. You know what I mean? You go to the job to help them out. So you would think they would be a little more lenient and, oh, you was 5 minutes late. Okay, cool. I can see if you was 5 minutes late repeatedly every day. But they call you out that one, oh, you was 5 minutes late today. That's a point. That's a half a point. You know, these jobs, they want you to show up, but they don't expect life to happen, man. And that's my thing with jobs. Life cannot happen when you got a job. You can't be sick. You can't take a child to the doctor. You can't use vacation time if it don't get approved, all this type of nonsense. And at the end of the day, you better wake up, man. I'm telling you, by April, May next year, if you still struggling with these 9 to 5, in and out day, doing this every single day, you're gonna be in some serious trouble, man. I mean some real serious trouble. Because I'm gonna call that the trap point. You are officially trapped for the rest of your life. You're never gonna get out of it. With them lowering the wages, they're lowering the wages and they're upping the hours. They make it seem like, oh, well, you work more so you get more. No, you don't. You pay more in taxes the more hours you work in overtime. It may look good on a check stub or on a W-2 at the end of the year. Oh man, I made about $50,000. $50,000, that's it. But look when you had to distribute all that money out to bills, taking care of your house, taking care of yourself, maintenance on your vehicles, gas back and forth. You didn't really make $50,000. It looked good on paper though, but $50,000, I mean, that's really not a lot of money. That's a survival kit. That's something you make to make it for a couple months. You know what I mean? And that's at the bare minimum. You buying bare minimum stuff with $50,000 a year. You got to learn to make $50,000 in 6 months, $100,000 in a year, and then you start to come up with a pattern. 50,000 in 3 months, 100,000 in 6 months. You got to start thinking like this, man, because if you don't, you're gonna be trapped out here in these jobs, man. You're really gonna be trapped out here in these jobs. You're never gonna really break free. You're pretty much gonna be enslaved to working for somebody for the rest of your life. And it's gonna be one of them situations where wealth is never gonna be in your future. All you gotta look forward to is getting old and not having anything. So hopefully this message reached somebody, man. I hope it reached somebody. I hope somebody watched this all the way through, because I'm telling you, man, I give the world to about April next year, May, and watch how everything start to change. The wages gonna start to get worse and worse and worse. A lot of jobs are already laying off. A lot of big companies like Pfizer, they shutting their big plants down and just going with whatever other plants they got. They shut down a lot of operations, man. So, with that being said, man, y'all stay up out here, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. This Grinder Gang Media, and I'm out. Peace.